Hi everybody, welcome back to Midvale Minis. This is where we left off last week. So in today's video, I am going to do some maintenance inside the garden room box. So as you can see, if you come down here, I had this template. I made this template before I put down the walkway. And for the most part, this side of the walkway looks pretty close to my template. You can see here that like right here, and this is really minor. There's a stone here, there's a couple stones here that sort of got stuck in the static grass. So I'm just gonna cover them with a little bit of the grass just because I don't like the look of these stones just randomly sticking out. And then here, there's also some static grass in the stones, which has glue on it and I can't get it off. So I'm just gonna glue a couple of stones over top of that. I'm gonna fix this little area here and a few other, I'm just gonna add a couple stones here, and the rest of this looks pretty good. There's a couple stones that need to add here, etc. This part here, this is where I had that little tri-legged thing that you have to put in the glue to make the static grass work. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link the static grass video in the description so you can take a look at that. But this area in here, it's a little bit rough. Now this is all going to be covered by dirt, so I'm not worried about that. But this part in here, I just kind of want to make sure that this looks right. So I'm just going to fix this side. This side's not the problem. This is the problem. Okay, so if you come down here, you can see the angle right here is slanted like that, and it comes to a point, whereas this side is perfectly rounded. So I'm just going to add some stones in here. I'm going to put my template back and I'm going to follow around the template, and I think this is the edge that's supposed to be here. So I'm just going to add a few stones here and a few stones here to make it a little bit more curved. You can see how this has a nice curve, and then it comes this way, and this one comes up and just kind of angles. So we're just going to add the curve back in here so that it is even. I had the benches, one on each side, and I thought maybe if the bench sort of covers this, I won't even notice it, but it's probably not noticeable to anybody else, but to me it is glaring. So I just have to do a little maintenance, that's all. I'm just gonna add a few more stones here and a few little areas of static grass, and I am good to go. While the maintenance on the inside of the room box is drying, I am going to attach the back door. This is the exact same door as on the inside to make it look like it's one continuous door, but this is the mirror image of the other one so that the door handle's on the same side and things like that. So it looks like it could be a working door, but it is actually not. So I'm just gonna glue that on and I will be done with that. Now I'm looking at this edge down here and I'm thinking that I'm gonna be doing static grass here and on the other side on the edge. But back here, I think what I'm gonna do is just paint this brown just so that it just sort of, it goes away. You don't even kind of look at it. So today we're just gonna be gluing this in. And there it is, all glued in. I just realized that this was my very first project on YouTube 2 years ago, was making this door. It feels really, really, really good to have it finally being hung and have some completeness to this project. A little more right here, and then I want this to go in and like this side. And now I'm seeing holes here and here and here. No worries, we'll just fill it in. Okay, and as you can see, I made all the adjustments. Everything looks nice and neat and tidy. This side looks so much better, so much better. It mirrors this side much, much more. This is now rounded. There's no point to it. I mean, you can, if you really look, you can see it underneath the grass here, but I think it looks so much better, and it just calms my eye because my eye doesn't go right to that glaring spot. The next thing I want to do is focus on this piece in the front. I am going to put the stones down, and right now what I'm going to use is the top of an egg carton. I'm just going to be ripping this piece right here, going all the way around. Now I could actually use the entire top portion here, like this would make, this piece here would make fantastic stones. However, there's writing on it, which means I would have to color it. With this, I can just use it just like this, and I don't actually have to make any coloration changes. I may add some color, but I don't have to. So I think my area is gonna be 2 bricks in from each side. So like right there. I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing. Oh, and by the way, I went through and I went all the way around. After doing the green on the top, I also decided to do green all the way around the edge. So I just went right over the brown and made it green. So right now, I'm just gonna tear this into irregular shaped pieces and lay it out here. And now we just let it dry. Okay, so now it's all dry, and I had to keep pressing down the edges because sometimes the edges do want to pop up, but now it's all nice and dry. And the next step is to add a little bit of watered down black paint, just a tiny touch. I'm just going to rub it on with my finger, and so that you can see some of these little nooks and crannies, they're going to just sort of pop. It's really getting black. I don't know why. Just gonna add a teensy bit of gray paint right here. Okay, that's better. That's already better. I don't know, it just looked weird. Okay, so now I'm just gonna wait for everything to completely dry, and then we'll add the static grass. But before we do that, I'm just gonna put that there. I'm not gonna set it down because it's wet. Oh my goodness, that's gonna look so nice. I am super excited because now it's static grass time. So I am happy that I can just take this bag that I saved from last time and sift it out and put it right back into this static grass unit and just use the exact same grass. Really happy that I have this. Not loving this little guy. This is the little one that it came with, and it's not nearly big enough, so I'm just gonna use one of the ones we own. And it's magnetized, which I love. I won't lose the screw. And here it is, all finished for the week. I am really, really happy with how my stone area came out. I decided to put, I put my pots back here with the roses, and then I moved this sundial that was over here. I put it over here. I'm thinking I either want to put this here or I want to get a bird bath. I think a bird bath would be really cute, but I love the color, how these three match, because they're all made by Lawbury. If I put this here, it just doesn't do it for me. So I'm either gonna have to find a Lawbury bird bath or put this here and find something else in that same color. I want whatever's over here to match this, to balance out both sides, so that when you look in, you see the two in the back, something here, something there, and these three in the front. I think that would be really, really fantastic. The static grass came out wonderful. It looks fantastic all the way around. I did have to do some little repairs, but that's okay. The stones are looking great. I am beyond happy. I don't know if you've ever done a project and you have like an expectation in your mind of what you think it might end up being like, and then it exceeds your expectations. I mean, this is totally exceeding my expectations. I just am so happy with this. Okay, so enough gushing. So this, I took this to the paint store today and I got a matching color. So what I'm gonna do is first of all, I have to glue the legs back on. I have one leg that has to go on here and two legs that have to be re-glued on that one. And then I'm gonna repaint that one in this color. I think if it's close enough, and then I could just do like a black wash over it, I will be very happy with that. So I'm gonna try, because I really love this color so much. The outside is almost completely done. The only thing I have left to do is this part up here on the top, all along the edge. I have to put an edging up here and down here as well, and then I'm completely done. And I know myself, I really want to get to the flowers in the flower beds. I know that's really what I'm excited about doing. But if I do that first, I may never get to this part. So I'm gonna make myself do this first in the next video, and then, you know, finish any loose ends up, paint the other bench to match this one. Then I still have to do the resin for this fountain, and if I'm gonna do a bird bath, the resin for the bird bath, and then I can turn my attention to the flowers. And then it's done. I just wanna put some dirt. It's really gonna be coffee grounds, but I wanna put some dirt underneath there and here, and then all along in here. And then I'm gonna create some flowers and put them in. But this is what it's looking like so far. So I hope you're all having a fantastic week, and I will see you in the next video.